I remember Sonny Dixon hit me up and he was like, so yeah, this is the screen for it. If you want one, let me know. Got in touch with him and got that sapphire glass display. And I think he basically just told me like, here, just try to destroy it. And I was like, are you sure? Like, is it really that durable? And he was like, yeah, just try to destroy it. So I'd done videos in the past. I'd done scratch test videos in the past. I did one with an LG phone that's supposed to have a self-healing back. So people actually care about durability of phones. So I went out and I did try to scratch it, and it held up pretty well. So a lot of people took that to be like a pretty important new feature of the iPhone's display. And I guess that helped a lot. I made a follow-up video about it, detailing the hardness scale and how it works and why it's stronger than others. But yeah, a lot of press. I mean, it got so many views. It was on websites everywhere. It was on news, TV channels, and things like that. So that's definitely one of the videos that a lot of people have seen.
I almost feel like the Vic comment legitimized you in the press. This video got so much press that it legitimized you in the eyes of people who never knew who you were, or that you could find this sort of stuff on YouTube. And I'm sure a video like that probably resulted in a lot of subscribes. I have to imagine. Do you get random kind of tips a lot? Like, you cover a lot of technology. I know that you buy a lot of the technology that you review. I'm sure that you probably, get review units, as we all do to a certain degree, to review on the shows that we do. Do you ever get like kind of, hey, I got this piece of information, or, kind of like this, like you probably were not meant to get that glass, glass from the iPhone. Does that happen a lot?
A little bit. And I don't really know the relative amount of tips I get versus how much others get. So yeah, once in a while, someone will give me some tip or some exclusive information, and I can choose to share it or not. I usually don't, though. Like I don't even know if I should say the last one I got, but it was really helpful to know for my own personal purchase decision on something. And then I just took it like as someone who just gave me some information. It was like a friend telling a friend something that he found out. And it's like, oh, good to know. Right. And now we both know. And we'll just kind of go from there. So I haven't gotten any like huge, like massive leak of something that no one was ever meant to know that could like ruin some company or make some company famous. I don't even know. But yeah, I've gotten some smaller stuff that's been really useful, but I guess that's about it.
That'd be a lot of pressure to have some sort of, special information that could make or break a company. I don't know how I'd feel under that. I'd probably choose to just not do anything with it myself. How much of what you do is a one-man show? I mean, you've got an insane amount of technology. Obviously, you're in front of the camera for everything that you do. You're organizing this equipment in order to, kind of keep the review train going. You've just moved into the studio. What we see in the backdrop, the background here is a studio that you're building out. It looks really darn close to being done. I mean, up until now, you were in a bedroom, essentially. You were facing different corners of the bedroom to kind of keep the views fresh and everything. And now you've got this whole playground to play in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what my question was there, but
it's that having this space is a lot more useful. So what I guess you said, is it a one-man show?
Yeah,
pretty much everything.
There we go.
Yeah, 99% of what you see on the channel is just from what I'm making. That's just the way it's been since the beginning. Having a space like this obviously makes it really, I think this would be a good time, especially for me to add maybe one or two people to take care of the tedious everyday things that aren't part of making the videos, or necessarily that I don't want to do every time. The weird part is that I enjoy so much of that process. Like, someone's like, oh, you should just, hire someone to edit the videos so that you don't have to do that anymore. But I like editing videos. Like, that's a huge part of this channel, and that's why I do it. So I love to do that. Have someone, write the videos, have someone do these things. From point A to point Z, I kind of enjoy the video making process. So if anything, adding someone would be like, here's the keys to the inbox, just go handle that today, or something like that. But yeah, the studio and the different angles and the space, and just in general, now that I'm graduated, having more opportunities to go out during the day, or to go to events, or to find new locations or things to make videos about, it makes a big difference. So it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, when you're so intrinsically involved as you have been from the beginning with the content, with the delivery, you know, producing what you say on the screen, producing the video, editing it all, you're putting your own signature on all of that. And it turns out that signature has been incredibly successful. So I have to imagine the thought of bringing someone in to kind of maybe, you know, potentially take some of that off your shoulders. There's a little pressure involved in that, because you don't really know, like, is that going to translate? Does that keep the magic that has brought you to this point if you do that?
Right. Yeah. It would be a big decision of like what, not only who the person is, but how much or what I would want them to do. If I want them to, hey, just come in here and focus the camera and frame it and you're done, bye, go home for the day. Or if they're like fully involved and they're like helping production and lights and they're helping with the inbox and behind the scenes and all this sort of stuff, it would likely be a combination of all of that. But yeah, it's kind of like a question of how integrated that new person would be. Well,
with all of that huge equipment that you're hauling around, I'm sure you could probably use a Sherpa of some sort, someone to help you kind of carry it all around, because it's quite a bit of stuff. And honestly, like, I would imagine there would be people jumping at the opportunity, because then they end up learning kind of from someone who's really successful at it. So